All righty.
Or we just put this together yesterday, so hopefully we've been working on it all week. Probably not as fancy as some, but we're gonna play with it.
Okay.
All right, my name is Jeff Crump. I'm the founder of GeoPlayer, an event discovery platform where we make it finding your event as well as playing it. The problem is people are finding problems with finding events these days, and there's a lot of people and families looking for events to do, and the players and the families and fans of different games, they struggle to find local gaming events because everything's scattered across different platforms, whether it's Facebook, Meetup. There's thousands of programs out there that you can look up events with, but nothing really focuses on games. When they do find the information, a lot of it's outdated and inaccurate listings. There's been plenty of times I've gone to Facebook, went to the event, and it was either canceled or something was wrong with it, and lack of personalization. So you could search Google all you want and put in what you're interested in, but still you're going to get a bunch of garbage and junk that just kind of waste your time. So the solution is GeoPlayer. It'll be a personalized platform for discovering events for families and gamers. It's going to save people time. They have curated events of their interest, personalized dashboard where they can save all the information they need and have access to it either via the web or mobile app. Things to have on hand. When you go to a gaming event, a lot of times you need an ID for organized play. Maybe there's a deck list for your trading cards, an army list for your tabletop, character sheets for your role playing. You can store all that on GeoPlayer, and you'll have access to that through the web app and mobile devices. The market opportunity, the unmet need right now is millions of players and families struggle to discover, track, attend gaming events. Like I said, a lot of stuff's fragmented, some may be outdated. Google's hard to navigate sometimes. I mean, you get thousands of listings, some of it's not relevant. You get to the second or third page and it's not relevant at all. Local stores, gaming stores also find it hard to increase attendance because they try to get the word out, especially with Facebook. Not a lot of people see it. I don't know how many events I put up for Facebook and not a lot of people attend, and then we said, well, we didn't see it. Well, it's been there for months. I don't know why. Market size, right now globally, 35 billion annually for tabletop, TCG and RP event, esports and conventions combined. Here in the U.S., families spend $3 billion annually on tournaments, organized play, and event-related purchases, and that's even conventions. GeoPlayer plans to, over 3 years, achieve $7.5 million in revenue by capturing just 1% of the 26.7 million players here in the U.S. And why now? Explosive growth in the trading card games, especially in Pokemon. This Pokemon has seen a big uprise in the values of cards and players. Magic the Gathering is still pretty up there. Lorcana is increasing in popularity, and so is One Piece trading card game. Increased demand for family-friendly, curated event discovery platforms. A lot of them are popping up all over the place. Since COVID, players are actively returning to in-person play, and they seek reliable event calendars. Our target audience, game players and families. They want to discover that safe, fun, local event, especially with parents of Pokemon players or card players. Game stores and organizers, they seek tools to easily promote and increase their attendance. And then publishers and partners, better visibility for games, tournaments, conventions, launches, and community discovery. Because I do a lot of conventions here in the upstate. The product, event discovery interface with GeoPlayer. They'll have a dashboard with saved events, and we'll have a secure document storage for all their documents for their deck list, army list, and character sheets, things like that. Our competition is pretty there's a lot of people out there that has event discovery. Probably our biggest one is going to be Mommy Poppins. Because Mommy Poppins does events, but they do it for families, not gaming. But they are bigger and they are in more areas. Locally, we have Kidding Around, which again, not gaming, just families. Group on that has events, and Meetup also does a lot of things. But there's no market leader in the event discovery market. Competitive advantage for us, we're seeking to provide to gamers the events, document storage, because nobody has storage for documents for the things that players need. Local game stores, we can increase their visibility in the local area. They'll be easy to use because they can search by location and interest and give what they want. The dashboard will save all the events, personalized events for them, and design and brand. We will become the leader in the event discovery market. Our business model, we'll go into subscription plans for gamers and families. Parents and gamer player subscribers, $4.99 a month, 30 days free, secured storage for the documents, for the organized play, trading cards, and things like that. Advertising will partner with game stores and events for promotional opportunities. Revenue from Geo Player partnered events and exclusive member benefits. This is our growth plan. Right now, we're going to focus on Greenville, South Carolina. Phase 1 will initially push out into the Carolinas. Phase 2, probably a year or so down the road, we're going to go into Georgia and Florida, then up to the Mid-Atlantic, and then to the rest of the United States. So our finances, $35 billion globally for gaming event market. $3 billion is spent here in the United States alone. And we are looking to seek 7.5 million achievable revenue within the next 3 years. So what we're looking for right now is to reach 75,000, complete the MVP development, marketing and growth opportunities, store acquisition and partnerships, and we're looking for strategic investors passionate about gaming, community, and scalable marketplace. Because when we invest in GeoPlayer, we also invest in the community, because those families will be spending money within it. Our team is just me right now.
I'm out.
That's okay.
Perfect reaction, Jeff. Perfect. Walk away.
Just so I've got 15 years experience in the gaming world. Officiated over 300 tournaments, registered over 2,400 players in Pokemon, and probably have trained 80% of those to play the game. Now some of them are bringing their kids to play Pokemon. And I collaborate with game stores to do not only Pokemon, but not One Piece, but Lorcana, Union Arena, sometimes Star Wars, and the Red Mark, yeah. And I've done a little bit of Magic together, even though I don't know how to play, but I've done some of that as well. But yeah, these opportunities for players, the players I've gotten to meet and know over the last 15 years is why I'm passionate about GeoPlayer, why I'm passionate about the gaming community. It's too much, isn't it?
Nope. I mean, the good things that I like is I love the graphics. Because the graphics and stuff that you did were phenomenal. Things go back to the finance. Right there. Okay. And this is one of the things that anybody who's got a deck that you want to do, you want to say, okay, how much your raise is and how you're looking to do that raise. Safe notes, convertible note, okay? Do you have them in, like for instance, if he goes, I'm looking to raise $75,000, I'm looking to do it with safe notes, and I'm looking for people to write checks for 25 grand, 10 grand, or whatever, okay? Communicate, as much compartmentalized detail in that as possible, so that, one of the mistakes that I made in the beginning is I raised money and I didn't know that some of the people that I was talking to, that the minimum check size that they wrote was $500,000. I'm like, so if I'm trying to raise 200 grand and their minimum is 5, then I'm dead in the water. believe it or not, you're gonna talk to some VCs and they're like, our minimum check size is $5 million. You're like, well, shit, that's my entire valuation of the company. It's yours. Give me the $5 million and I'm done. So that's what I can say from there. So that's mine. Anybody else have anything?
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh yeah, of course, Lewis has got stuff.
All right, go back to the beginning. Okay, well, by the way, go back to that one. At the very end, it caught that was a phone on the bottom, like they said about the graphics. That's really awesome. That's a nice picture. Go to the next one. Problem. You put this page up and then you articulated the problem, but it's not bullet points of what the problem is. Shouldn't that be the thing? Like,
yes. So on that note, people are either going to listen to you or they're going to look at you. If you're dictating what you've got up there in text, that's a no-go.
Gotcha.
If you're going to dictate it, that's fine. Have 3 pictures up there that represents what you're saying.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because
yeah, but he didn't dictate what was on there. He was saying this is the problem, and nothing he was saying was on there. So I think the problem, you want to say, here's the problem that I want to solve, and you want to bullet point that and bang, 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 that you got to drive that home.
Okay.
right. So like for instance, like if you had a problem and you had like, you did great with the graphics. So like if you had a graphic that showed like a parent with a kid showing up at a store and it said closed.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good one.
Or a kid shows up and there's like he's there for one game and it's a different game that's being hosted. That would be.
One more comment on this topic is, I would say the whole thing has about 50% too many words.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like go through it and just remove words, move it to bullets, edit it. Your bio is another example of that.
Right.
A lot of great content there, like 2400, like write that in a bullet and get rid of the paragraph.
Okay.
So yes.
As something that's very personal, the games and families and everything, like this is fantastic for a storytelling type of narrative to Blake's point. It's like, yeah, you could have that picture of the family on the road, getting over the close sign, and then, poor kid, just kind of left that there to vote. And then as you go through, you can continue that narrative all the way through and show that value. Like, the content is fantastic for that, but you couldn't ask for a better setup.
Oz has entered the waiting room.
While you're doing that, the other thing I was going to say is give some context for the regional nature of your expansion. So for example, if you say Greenville, South Carolina, the uneducated investor, I have no clue that might be 20,000 people that like to play games. I don't know. And then you say for the Carolinas, maybe that's 250,000 that you're going to unlock. And then why? Basically, okay, well, why would you go to Philadelphia? Maybe you can say, well, Philadelphia is the Pokemon capital of the North, whatever. Just got to give a little bit of context, and that way you don't have to be. Necessarily the people you're probably going to be presenting to are going to have somewhat of an idea of what you're talking about. But if you can kind of justify why you have that roadmap, I think it'll help. And the same thing is like use the logos always. If Pokemon looks cool, but if you can say 2400, you have personal experience running these things, and then all of the logos, then you're borrowing authority and credibility from them. And everybody looks at them and goes, they're $1 billion company.
This page right here, I spent too much time while you were talking trying to figure out what TAM, SAM, and SOM meant.
Yeah.
So the acronyms threw me, because in my brain I'm trying to figure out and reading that, trying to understand what that is. So I'm losing your pitch.
Well, and you have all that on the next page, right?
Right, but it was part of the whole market opportunity.
Right. So on that note, like they were saying, just have bullet points.
Right.
Great.
Right.
You're talking about them.
Right.
So just
Right.
hit the high notes and move on.
Move on.
Right.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I also know I'm horrible about this, but if your font could match your logo's font, that would.
Yeah, I thought about that after I got it done. I was like,
Why is it not?
Well, I want to talk about the fee section, when you talk about the fees.
Uh-huh.
Why are you not charging the stores a small, stupid little fee just to advertise with you? To
I thought
advertise
about
their
that.
thing?
Thought about that. And I'm not sure what to charge.
I can tell you why, because every one of the guys that owns a store is a cheap bastard like you and I.
Right.
I was thinking.
That's why I said sheep. I said sheep.
Store managers, people who own stores don't advertise.
Right.
They throw up the
Yeah.
building,
Very
fill
true.
it full of stuff and hope somebody shows up.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
I'm
But-
I'm not testament to that.
But
unless
by
somebody's
going to the store and saying, hey, listen, just give me $10, I'll advertise it on here, blah, 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 blah. They will then, since they invested in $10, which is nothing, they will tell all the people to come, hey, make sure you go on this site, because that's where I advertise.
So-
That's how you find my events.
So I would agree with you in theory. 4,000 members that I now have on Secondhand Geek, we tried that to begin with. Hey, tell your players to sell their shit here instead of eBay, and we'll give you a cut of the action. Ask me how many stores.
2.
I was gonna say one.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I mean,
yeah.
it boggles my mind that they don't advertise. It's like,
Right.
So the difference then is give them, don't ask them to pay anything, make it a registration process where you're going to physically, right now, do things that don't scale up front. You physically go to the store and you leave behind some cool sticker with this or something that, a game card, something that's useful, that all you're asking for is this corner of
Right.
their desk space. And then they don't have to say anything when they're waiting to get checked out because this store owner uses, paper checks still or whatever.
Actually,
Then they're looking through it.
You charge them more than $10, you charge them $50, and they get the $50 back when 5 people sign up.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
that's
try that.
a great
Yeah.
idea.
That's what you do, right. And then, where is the community section in your application for, I'm a gamer, meet this other gamer, how do him and I hook up and chat
Whoa.
and talk about different,
There will be a community function. We're still building an MVP, so there'll be a
Circle.
chance. Circle, whatever move, either way. But there will be a chance for them to connect, especially through the event, because you get to talk to the organizer and you get to talk
right.
to the players.
So, in an MVP, in this PowerPoint presentation, as you're pitching to VCs, do you put in future mods, like V2? You don't, okay.
No, you need to keep it down to you're solving one problem with one piece of functionality. Maybe at the end, you're like, hey, once we've scaled and we've reached X number of sales, we plan on adding these things to the roadmap. That's literally the end of it, because then it's one of those things where, okay, where are you going, what are you doing, kind of thing, so.
Yes.
I really like your presentation. I
Oh,
think it's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
And we have to partner up.
Yeah.
Since I'm doing stuff similar to this.
Absolutely.
My only feedback would be, keep it, you already pretty interesting, you yourself.
Okay.
So what you got there, less words, like you
Yep.
mentioned
Right.
before, images are perfect.
Yeah.
Keep the same energy all the way across.
Right, because remember, your 3-minute pitch, no one's gonna write you a check on a 3-minute pitch. Your 3-minute pitch is to create enough excitement in you and what you're doing for them to go, hey, Jeff, let's go have lunch, let's go have coffee. Let me have you talk to my other folks that work at my group, my fund, whatever, so you can go through, a 20-minute, show us the man behind the curtain,
Right.
so to speak, so.
I think the only issue, if I was a VC guy and you're talking to me, I'm pitching taxes, everyone's paid taxes, everyone's got his tax. I'm not a gamer, so somehow you have to make me better understand this.
Right.
That's the, I mean, probably everyone here talked to is like, yeah, but I don't understand it. And that's why I got hung up on acronyms and stupid shit like that,
I'm pretty much guessing that there's gonna be a lot of pieces not gonna understand gaming. But it's an event discovery thing, so.
Yeah, if you could include a couple pictures of like the tournaments, like,
Yep.
hordes of people.
Oh,
actually
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah, you've also pictures on social media, like, 1,000 people huddled around like a Pokemon Go spot, like,
Yeah.
a couple of those to kind of show, okay, these are the people that are gonna be at the event.
Right.
Right, because we did an event in Anderson County Museum in February, we do it every February, and last, I think we had 400 people, 470.
You get some people out there in the snow, yeah, you're really
Yeah,
putting
I
there.
mean, it's
How long-
checking for it.
It's dedication, yeah.
How long does the event last? The average game?
The average event will last about 3 hours for a league. It's 3 to 4 hours for a tournament.
So why don't you frame, I think when you said, I think you said something along the lines of like 2,400 players or something like that. I think what's not, people think of, in this space, they think of them as users. They see, oh, your app has 2,400 users, cool, you convinced your friends and family and went sort of viral on LinkedIn. But if you can say, like that's not the case for you. That's 2,400, kids and families that you were completely pouring into for hours on it.
Right.
It's not logging in and getting, rewarded the Sphinx gas station.
Right.
And so I think trying to tell that story a little better, because again, what you're doing is you're revitalizing the American family unit, or whatever that is. Again, we're trying to tell a more compelling narrative, because they're not gonna get your product.
Right.
And so at least have them buy into your mission.
Yeah, because that's the goal at our Pokemon leagues, and we have 15 leagues in the upstate. So we're trying to get those leagues on the same as the Pokemon Club in Easley. It's been there 15 years, to get these families playing together at home around the kitchen table. And there's a lot of benefits in these games, especially Pokemon. I probably should, talk about that, the math and the reading and things that would.
And or some testimonials from the family.
Yep.
Might be good.
And
You may have said this and I just didn't get it, but I think your pitch boils down to, I already have a community, I already have an audience, I'm looking to monetize it and scale it.
yep,
That's,
that works.
yeah.
Like, you already have traction, you already have a product.
Right.
It's the community.
Right.
You're looking to monetize it and scale it.
Right.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go off that. Could you go to your market traction page? Actually, yeah. So, first of all, with the SOM, how did you figure out the SOM again?
Well, went to several websites to come up, because the gaming market is kind of scattered. So we're just kind of estimating that it's the 3 billion in the United States. Because you have to go to several different websites to get that information.
Gotcha. If you go back to your traction page, you of course talked about the amount of people that were in Anderson, or the like where you're going to scale up. So your locations.
All locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
So maybe depending on how fast you're going to scale up, let's say within 3 years, you at least want to be in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
So instead of, to go on LJ's thing real quick, instead of doing this,
Mm-hmm.
I would put Greenville and how many stores.
Gotcha.
So Greenville, 5 stores. Columbia, 8 stores. Because right now, you're telling me you're going into this area.
Right.
If you're selling me on events and people participating and stuff, I have no, like you said, I have no concept of the gaming market. But if I'm somebody investing, you're telling me, okay, there's already 10 stores, 5 stores, 15 stores, I can do math.
Right.
And go, okay, each one of those stores has got X number of people, and you're gonna monetize all those stores. So,
And then when you figure out those metrics that you can monetize from each of those stores, that might be a more realistic SOM. if that makes
because
sense.
as Dan said, you're proving that you already have traction and you wanna monetize it.
Right.
You have to communicate to me, as somebody who's gonna make an investment in you, how you're gonna monetize and what the math looks for that monetization. I could care less where the hell people live.
Go back to your total available market slide.
Oh,
If you're coming to me and you're asking me to write a $75,000 check, what I want to know, to Dan's point earlier, what I want to know is who loves it. I don't really care about $35 billion because I think that's all baloney. All right, but what you know is who loves it.
Right.
Who loves this thing, and how many of them are there? So how many are there
As far as gamers,
right now?
right?
in your leagues.
In leagues.
With
So
2,400?
yeah, we've got 2,400 players.
2,400 players. So what I want to know is who are those people that love it, right? And we get up and they say, this is very, very cool. And how do you make 2,400, 4,800?
Right.
And how do you make 4,800, 9,600? And then whatever the next, now the digit, God, I can't do it in my head. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's really what you know, that's what you can control. You don't know 38 billion. I mean, you made that number up. And I say that with respect. I'm not being critical, but I'm just saying, you know, how do you take the base that you have that says, man, this is great, and grow that?
And that concept is one of the things that's hammered home at Foundry University. They talk about the bottom up TAM. They don't want to know this $35 billion number, 35 billion. Because Jason and, you know, to what John was saying, that's just a made up number someone throws on the internet, nobody knows. They want to know from bottom up, I want to know how much one customer is putting and contributing to your revenue. And then show me how that one customer is going to become 2 customers, is going to become 10 customers, and stuff like that. Because once you show me the bottom up TAM, then I understand. Okay, and it was the same thing for me for Secondhand Geek. I was like, the average gamer pays $20 when they walk into a store. And they went, okay. And then they did the math. They're like, okay, if they're spending $20 a week in the store, and there's 100 people going into that store a week to buy, and then those people go, you know, 4 times over a course of a month, and then they connected it to eBay, and then to this day, everybody at Foundry University is like, holy shit, I can't believe that the, you know, little tabletop gaming market is toward $28 billion. And they're like, because after I told them, they went and did it on their own, and they're like, oh shit. So, all right, everybody give Jeff a hand.
That was excellent.
Archie, you're up. Yeah, you've been holding out on me for the last 3 years. I see these graphics, I'm like, where the hell are mine for tax night?
Don't give me too much credit for these graphics. I actually found them last week.
Oh, okay, well.
That goes back to,
They're on a website that.
I tell you everything I know, I haven't tell you everything I know.
Apparently.
that, I post the link on.
Archie.
Launchpad,
It's
site
on,
circles. I
you
just-
emailed it, or on the circle app.
I just posted a link there, that it is updated.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna have to leave in a few minutes, maybe during Archie's presentation, but I know it's the last class, so I wanted to say congrats everybody for seeing it all the way to the end. And I'll see you Thursday night at graduation. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a full house. And on that note, thank you. I spoke with Sydney at UCB, so I had posted about the parking. I'm waiting for an update from her. So parking, she's asked me to convey carpooling, whether or not that's even
Jeff,
a
can you
thing
open her
anymore.
circle app?
I don't, but
B, I need you to open your app. Your circle.
What's the dress code for Thursday?
business casual.
I think if you've got a tax company, it's
What?
nicer.
You
If
come
you've
in
got a
with a
gaming
tie,
company, you can wear what Archie's wearing.
I was trying to do headshots with for this thing, and all my suits. I lost a lot of weight in all my suits. I was like, that don't look right. Yeah, I never want to wear a tie again in my life. I don't even, and I have orders. I am not to wear a tie when I'm dead in the casket. You know, freaking put it. I don't want that for all eternity on my body. Right? Think about it.
Just in there with the cargo shorts and the Hawaiian shirt.
Anything but
It's gonna
something.
decompose in a few years. I mean,
I think I'm gonna linger for quite a long time.
That linger takes a long time to break down.
Yeah.
You have downloaded the test?
Yes.
I didn't find the test. On your phone, something. Free. But yeah, if you guys want those graphics, I can send you them.
I want your presentation actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. I built something in like 2 hours the other day.
Yeah, just post
but
it.
Post it on the
Yeah,
circle,
first, it
yeah.
has to be all the way up top. Yeah, just
Yeah, that website is, they have a lot of free graphics and a lot of animated.
I'm not so much for the graphics come late. I just want the flow. Yeah, for right now.
I think it's clean MPG.
The non-woke family was a nice touch too.
That was cute. I had this one little girl do it, and she was all, I was like, no, it's not. She's like, fit the family do it, she's a little wild child. But I posted one for, an unlimited AI art generation on Circle.
Hmm.
So that you can, and it's free, and you can just generate anything you want. Just put in a prompt. Takes it a couple of times to get it, because I use four squares. And sometimes I go down to two.
I got you're ready to go.
Can we, can we make them?
Well, I was watching a video on LinkedIn of Blake, and I'm showing my wife, and I'm like, he don't look right. And I'm like, that's AI generated. I'm like, that's not him.
Boss Baby Lewis.
All right, here we go. This is-
Oh, you got it?
I think this is it. All right.
Yep. Listen, this actually raises a good point for Thursday. How are we?
So Thursday, everybody's supposed to be sending your decks to Jeff.
In a PowerPoint.
There will be a PowerPoint, like he'll be going one after the other. So we don't have this problem. There's one centralized PowerPoint.
That is happening now.
And if you don't have PowerPoint, you can get LibreOffice. It has a PowerPoint thing in it. It's doing
Why is
When you need those PowerPoints, Bob?
Today,
Huh? Yeah.
Today.
By the end of business today.
in the business today.
All right, so Jeff, can you sit down and pilot for him?
Yeah, I'm trying. You're going forward.
Go in the other direction, Jeff.
It's working on.
Got no direction.
Okay.
All right. So we just push.
All right, okay.
Archie.
All right, Archie.
Archie.
College Pro
Archie.
Games. We deliver family. We develop family-friendly games. My name is Archie. So, what is the problem that we're facing right now? In the gaming industry, there is no problem, but with these cute characters that I have right here, this could be the whole pitch. I could stop right here. This is gonna be a video game. This could be a movie. This could be on your shoes. This could be on ice cream wraps if I wanted to. That's the goal, at least. So if we move forward. So what is the problem with the gaming industry? Our kids are playing games in their room. They're locked in their room by themselves. They're playing with total strangers. One of the issues that I'm seeing, and many parents are concerned, they don't know who to play with. And to me as a parent, I just can't handle it. So what's the solution that I'm proposing? We make games that you have to socialize with your kids. They play with their friends, with their neighbors if they want to. But the whole idea behind it is you play with people that you know. So that's pretty much my solution for it. So this is the company, that's my family right there. So what we try to do-
That's awesome.
Our mission is to bring families and friends together, create everlasting memories. But safety is my main concern when I'm developing games. Not every gamer out there wants to play with some strength. Our games are super friendly. Anyone could pick it up, from a 5-year-old to grandpa, and that's the whole idea. Go ahead. So this is the team for now. My wife and I, and we have 2 engineers helping us out. I have over a decade of experience in the gaming industry. Some of the games that I worked on, pretty big games, they're all AAAs. And that's it. That's pretty much the team for now. Yes. It should be more. So if you're an investor, this is the part that you want to know about, which is the TAM for the gaming industry. It's huge. It's over $200 billion. We're focusing on PC games for now, and that's a little bit over $40 billion. And there are players out there for pretty much every single genre. So the total is around 3 billion players globally. So that means almost half the world is playing video games. So what we're trying to get at is that $2 million revenue a year. And to get there, that's the price for our games, $20. and we want to get to 100,000 players or customers. So our competition is pretty much, it's divided into 3 categories. You have AAA, you have mid-sized studios, and indie games like myself. The AAA studio, think of it of Nintendo and Super Mario. They have done what I'm trying to build, and they are a $30 billion industry, company. And their games are not online, and they're all family friendly. So if they've done it, I can do it as well. So our competitive advantages is pretty straightforward. Gameplay is king. We're making games that you can play with your friends. The team, over 10 years of experience. I know what works and what doesn't work. I've been there. And we're building in public, which means we can get early feedback from players, since it's gonna be out there. Our go-to-market strategy is straightforward. 2027, we're launching our first game around February. The reason for that is because around February there's a co-op event, there's a party event that happens once a year, and we have to launch right at that time. Then towards the end of the year, we're launching our second game, and we're spending console, in this case would be the Nintendo Switch. And then by 2028, the whole goal is to grow into a different field, which it'll be animated films. That's another thing that I want to do with these characters, not just gaming. We're gonna get into the movies as well. And we're running campaigns pretty much in every single social media that you see out there, but I'm also gonna do something slightly different, which I'm not sharing right now, once you get it. once we get past this stage. So what am I looking for? It is negotiable. I can keep working on this thing for 20 years. I don't need money, right? But I don't wanna wait 20 years. So it is negotiable at this point. I just wanna talk to the right investor. I wanna bring the right person, since it is a marriage. I don't wanna marry someone that I don't like. We wanna complete game 1, launch a campaign, and I wanna hire local talent. That's something that is important to me. I wanna talk to people when I'm building this stuff. And yeah, whatever we get for pre-seed has to get us to the next round. This one, some accomplishments. So this is recently, nobody knows about the game, and we already have 62 people waiting for it. And mainly that came from the convention center. So that means that they liked what they saw. And we got second place at the gaming expo. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, I got a bunch of things.
Question.
Okay. In the beginning, you talked about the problem, right? You didn't mention that most games being played, I like the way you said they're locked in their room playing by themselves, violent games.
Yeah.
You have to say, most games are violent games. Add that in, because you're solving that problem. Your games are not violent, okay? Are your games accidentally educational?
They're not educational.
Are they accidentally educational?
They could be.
Then that's what you say. They could be safe, because that's what people, that's a hook, right? I was going to say, where's the slides of the events you've already attended with feedback, but you did that at the end.
Yeah.
That might need to be, one of my other things is your slides are out of order. That might need to be go forward. Because in there, again, how many people have already committed to buy the games, that's in there, so that's in that slide, should go forward. And how many games do you have in the works?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, that's fine. And again, with the out of order, you start off with a slide with 3 of your characters,
Yeah.
and you talked about them being on merchandise.
Yeah.
That goes at the end.
That goes at the end.
Yeah, because that's you're already assuming you have to be established, blah, 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 blah. Now here's a hook. Think about that. We can start putting that on that. That's at the end. So I think your slides are just a little out of order. Right.
I don't know that I agree with that, actually. I really like, that got my attention, those characters, because they're unique and they're marketable and monetizable. If I was into games, I would be like, ooh, that's some cool artwork.
Well, I think it's
And
not just the merch.
that got me to lean forward.
That's a whole universe that I'm
Right,
creating.
exactly. You create a universe. Yeah, that's great. So,
That's definitely a word you want in there. You're creating a
Yeah.
universe, absolutely.
I was gonna say too, well, a couple of things. One, you've got one picture in there where you have like, you had drawn, like LT, like all the controller buttons.
Yeah.
I would just feed that into chat and see if it can give you a decent overlay or something, because anything that you can do to try to remove that, even if you use like a Canva or Figma or whatever, just to type it over it, like I think that
Oh,
will
I see
help
what
a
you're saying, so
little
it's
bit.
readable?
Just a little bit more readable, but then also it just comes across more professional as like a studio.
Mhm.
Because I think the other thing that you've got, like, these things are awesome. But, I don't know, maybe William can speak to this. I was seeing that from the perspective of, I love the fact that you're talking about marketing this. I can see this universe and I can see shirts with that thing on it. But nobody's even paid for the game yet. The game doesn't exist yet. So I almost wonder if, like, I love the long-term vision, and that's something that I've struggled with too, of like, how much do you want to show, like, because what I'm doing now is going to be a drop in the bucket compared to what I'm doing in 4 or 5 years. But frankly, as much as they're investing in that, they also know that in 4 or 5 years, you're going to be able to. So I don't know, that's just tough to balance. But I think focus on what the game can do for the family unit, and that you're reinventing a family activity
Yes.
versus, or revitalizing versus like literally making movies. I don't know, I don't know how to feel about that, but that was my kind of internal battle.
So, Archie, if you could go back to your problem page,
Go back.
you know what's missing from this page? Is a picture of Schlepp and Chris Hansen together, talking about it. You could get that right in the middle of the page. Like, there may be a lot of parents that don't know what Roblox is, but if you can get Chris Hansen, they can, that's an easy.
Instead of coming in on the side from the angle.
You can say either, like, on the one hand, it's two choices right now. You have a violent video game, or you have weirdos talking to your kids. That would be an interesting way of kind of showing that dichotomy, and that you're a reinventor. Because like Nintendo and the Wii is effectively dead. I love it, but they haven't released a game in however long. And now on Switch, you've got crazy people. So
Not even Switch, just literally Roblox is the king right now.
Yeah.
Roblox and
Before her arm falls asleep.
You had posted on Circle a while back, I think it was like on a Friday or weekend, where it was you, your wife, and your kids, and you were all standing like at the TV
Oh, yeah,
working
yeah.
on it. When you have the picture of you and your wife are the team, you might want to include that picture, because it's not your kids' faces, but from the back.
Yeah.
This is your team, and this is the people you're doing it for,
Yeah.
and the people that are working with you.
Yeah.
So your kids are super involved, so you may wanna,
I would-
like lean into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you talked about eventually going into film.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how fleshed out is the lore? Because like when you say film, I immediately go to FNAF or Skibidi. Are you looking at fleshing out the lore a little bit?
It's not fleshed out. So when I think about films, the one cartoon that I really enjoy and I let my kids watch is Cohort. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've heard of it, yeah.
So that's the whole simplicity that I want to start with when I'm talking about films. I can't jump on a film right away. It takes years just to prepare a film. But a YouTube channel that I could kick off in a year and a half from now is something that is very doable since my trade is an animator. So it's just like breathing to me to just do animation. I just happen to be technical enough that I can work in the gaming industry.
Gotcha. I would say another big advantage of your company is that it's indie and it's not AAA, because it's like given the reputation of AAA over the past 10 years,
Yeah,
it's really fallen off.
yeah. But so I have AAA experience, but at the core, it's like my what I like is playing indie games.
Yeah.
They have soul to it, right? They have like a reason to it. It's not done to squeeze every penny out of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They just want you to have fun, and they're usually cheaper, like $14, $20, not $80 like people are saying.
Have you looked at mobile gaming?
Actually, I've done by myself. I have done 3 mobile games,
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and with a team, I've done 2 mobile games. But the market is so saturated, and for what I want to do, which is families and friends and your kids playing together, it's pretty hard to do it on a mobile. device. So that's why I'm leaning towards starting off with PC. Once the game is fleshed out and I pretty much get feedback from hopefully hundreds of thousands of players, then I can move into like, all right, this is gonna be on Nintendo and hopefully, I don't know about Xbox and PlayStation as much, but I know that Steam is releasing their Steam Deck too, which is gonna be similar to Nintendo. You're just gonna be able to pretty much just mirror your Steam Deck onto your TV and just have fun. So that's the goal for now.
On the movie thing, AI and the tech has taken care of all of the mechanicals of doing the completely. Like you could do all of this stuff to make a film like this afternoon.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll look into it.
That's not the problem that you're up against with film. What you're up against is a good story.
Yes.
That's the part that fits in with all of the rest of this.
Yeah.
Is you need to be able to tell a compelling story. All of the mechanicals of creating the tech, all
Becomes
done
there.
for you. It's look at the AI stuff. It's just it's taken over the movie industry, and it's gonna go. The movie industry's gonna go away, basically, because anybody can do all of that stuff. What the hard part is that story. What's the thing that sparks the imagination? That's where you're gonna need to focus your efforts.
Yep. So I do have the story for the character.
You need a script writer.
Yes. Yeah, I do have like a 1% story, like the main premise of the whole thing. It's already ingrained in me. Of course, like with a team where I can just come in and say, hey, who knows how to write really good story?
Hey, ChatGPT, give it the things and tell it to kick out a script.
Well, like,
I mean, I start with that.
It could, yeah, I could start with
Start
that.
with that and then grow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that comes later. I gotta get the game out. Yeah.
Kind of pulling it back to the game, I really like it mentioned that you want to work with local talent to build it. Is there enough local talent to build it?
So this is one of the reasons. There might not be local talent. Let's just say that.
Define local.
Yeah, so
That's a
it's
good
South
one.
Carolina,
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Carolina, Georgia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so within a drivable distance.
Yeah, because we are remote, but the idea is that every Friday or every other Friday, we have to get together to review the work that we've done for the week. Because at the end of the day, it's a game that you have to play with other people, and it's pretty hard to just know if you're making a fun game all by yourself.
Clemson University has Jerry Tessendorf created the water in Titanic. Got an Academy Award for The Life of Pi for the Tigers and all the CGI he did for that. He teaches at Clemson. Teaches a master's or something in animation and CGI. So there's a lot of students there that are looking for work. I've got some access to,
There you go.
access to people.
What's-
So there's
Okay, sorry.
no good.
The like if the PC games, what's the security for like people copying it and stuff like that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, they can copy it. I think I'm talking about it right now. China is already making a copy of it. That's how it is.
Right. Okay.
That,
There's
I'm just
yeah, there's no mode.
Because we used to bootleg PS1s. I personally used to bootleg DirecTV and everything. We did.
Like, I'm not gonna pay for it, I can just steal it.
That's what I do.
but the whole idea is like the players, as I'm building this publicly, the people that are interacting with me for however long, a year and a half, they get attached to the story that I'm selling, to what I'm doing, and then they stay loyal to your project. That's something that I talked to an influencer, and we're talking about like, dude, like, you think people are gonna like it? And he was like, dude, they're gonna embrace you once you.
Well, also the price point. Why would I steal a $20 game?
Right.
Just to pay it. Right. I steal $60 games. So.
So,
All right.
anyway, you can now start.
Thank you.
Thanks for the advice and feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Blaze. Really nice.
Yep. Okay, so last 10 minutes, we're gonna go over, kind of where we go from here, okay? So we've got the pilot office, okay? Those of you who are all part of Ignite, I'm going to create, and I'm going to send you invites to the Slack channel. Ideally, I want to get to the point where we are meeting at least once a week in person at the pilot office, okay? And that is more of a temperature check of where's everybody at, okay? Kind of like, you know, the group that I belong to at 3, it's, you know, kind of us, you know, keeping each other accountable. I want everybody engaged on the Slack channel, okay? So you'll be on the Slack channel, you'll be able to communicate with everybody more or less daily, just like I do in the launch, okay? So, anybody got any questions on
I
that?
was just gonna say, sorry, I gotta run to a doctor's appointment, but it's been a pleasure. I'm excited to see you all Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Hey, send me that picture that you created.
Okay, so if anybody else has got any other questions, let me know.
Do you want me to set something up on Slack and we can kind of get a feel of what day is gonna work for everyone?
Yeah, well, once everybody gets invited and get put into the Slack channel, we'll figure out what day it's going to be. Ideally, I'd like to do stuff in the morning, and the reason I want to do stuff in the morning is everybody in this room has got other responsibilities, okay? The oh shit happens usually about 8 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because that's when other people get to work, or, you know, kids going off to school, so on and so forth, everybody's got responsibilities. So the earlier we can make that, okay, where we're meeting in person, the better off we are. And again, you know, we have coffee and everything. I promise to get everybody Krispy Kreme donuts or something. So, all right. All right. It has been my greatest honor to kind of be your Sherpa for the last 12 weeks, okay? I hope that you guys have learned as much from me as literally I have learned from you. My goal is to now carry that over to Columbia and work with the next 30 some odd people that we're doing over there. If anybody wants to go with me at 5 a.m. and drive to Columbia, you're more than welcome to ride shotgun with me. But
Does
other than that-
anybody have any questions about Thursday? About where it is, about parking, about anything pertaining to the graduation for Thursday?
So the graduation is going to be basically about a half hour of everybody talking, getting to meet some of you, your mentors, for the first time in person. And then we're going to do the pitches. Everybody's going to be giving the pitches to Jeff, and it's going to run one right after the other, okay? There's going to be no Q&A after your pitch. So your pitch is going to be 3 minutes. You go through it, then the next person gets up, they go through their 3 minutes. Next person gets up, they go through their 3 minutes. After everybody is presented, okay, you then can go out, talk to the people. They can come up to you, ask you questions about what you're doing, get all the dirty details. Hopefully, they'll want to schedule time for you to meet with them afterwards, you know, in person, on Zoom, team meeting, so on and so forth. Then we plan on, you know, everybody wrapping up. It is light hors d'oeuvres, okay? It is, you know, 4 to 6, there's drinks, light hors d'oeuvres, and then you go. So if you're planning on coming and being very hungry, my advice is either eat beforehand or after, okay? It's not a sit-down dinner graduation event. 4 to 6, you know, they've been very kind to us. The venue is awesome, okay? And, you know, bring as many people as you want to come be there. That's kind of about it. This is the first one, so, you know, not everybody made it to the finish line. We started with 14. We're finishing with 9, so.
Way better odds than founders you.
Yep.
And
So,
should
I
you
had-
have any questions leading up, just send me a message.
I had 300 people start my cohort. By the end of the 8th week, it was down to about 200. So we lost basically about a third.
And those people paid a deposit and they lose the deposit if they don't make it to the end.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the deposit.
So on that note, you know, after today, I would love to see everybody put a post on LinkedIn today about kind of, hey, I graduated, I'm done, I'm ready to either pack it in and not be an entrepreneur, Or I'm willing, as Jody would say, to continue the long trek up the mud mountains and try to get to the top, so.
I'm the dog that caught the car.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been.
What now?
The last 10 weeks, I've held on to that damn car.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So,
So a kicker for everybody that's doing the pitches on Thursday. Blake, I haven't told you this yet, but I'm meeting with launch people tomorrow after our regular meetup
okay.
at 4. And if anybody just really knocks it out of the park with their pitch, if you really are impressive, I have a special scout portal for Founders University now, and the Launch Accelerator, and the Launch Fund. And if one of you guys is really appropriate for one of those particular things, and you want to do one of those, I'll put you forward as one of my first scout projects.
There you go.
I would do that. I actually had a call.
I was gonna say, have you had your call? Or?
I had the intake call
Okay.
with one of their investment managers.
Right.
And it was a 10-minute call. You had 3 or 4 minutes to pitch. They did a Q&A, and then they told you about their programs. That person asked some crazy awesome questions, and it made me change my deck because
Okay.
in a couple places, because there were a couple things that I need to say up front that they asked questions on that would have cleared it up. In my case, because mine's a little
They're
more
way
complex.
better dealing with than a lot of VCs. A lot of VCs just, they hear your pitch and you hear this thing all the time, you've heard it.
Yep.
And they're just like, we like it, but not yet, or some other kind like that. They don't give you any feedback. That's the pretty normal.
But it was great feedback from them, and they immediately said, yeah, you're for this program, and this program, you don't need this one. So they immediately kind of gave you that feedback of where they thought you were in the process. So I would take them up on it and get in there if you can. 'Cause
So are you past the Founder University?
Yes.
Oh, thank God, it's not my job. I have been successful. Okay. All right, so that's it. I mean, the big thing between now and January, my assignment for everybody in this room is to replace yourselves. Find somebody else in Greenville who has got an idea on a napkin. Tell them, hey, don't take that idea to your grave and never even see that if it's got legs. So have them apply, have them step up. Hopefully, God willing, I won't be in this room anymore, and I'll be in a very large classroom that we have at the Launchpad site, but, you know, shit happens, so.
Will you take virtual only?
We will take virtual, so we have all the equipment, we have kicked around, made all the mistakes, so we can do virtual.
Like
I
I said,
also
it was painful the last 2 weeks for me.
Yeah, so,
being remote.
yeah, but I have found out that Circle has Circle events and Circle Live, which I did not know over the last, couple of weeks. The people at Circle are great. We actually have a dedicated rep for us and what we're doing, so they're kind of bringing us down the road.
Yeah, I've used Circle Live also fun uses. I forgot about that.
Yep. I've now discovered that, so I don't have to use Zoom and everything else going forward.
And also, if you guys think that you can't build in Greenville or raise in Greenville or anything, we just found out that one of the Friends and Family Round funders for Circle app lives in Greenville. It was wildly random.
There's more money and talent and access in Greenville. We just have to go shit the trees.
It's hiding.
It's hiding. He was hiding. I found him. All right. Let's give Leah a hand. She has been.
Understand, don't be strangers.
Yeah.
You know that I'll call.
Yeah.
You know that I'll come looking for you.
Yeah.
So.
You guys all should have my information. If somebody needs, if you got something coming up and you just want somebody to go over your pitch deck in detail or something like that, or there's somebody, you've identified a person that if you could just meet that person, that would turn a corner or something like that. Book time with me. I'll be happy to sit down and have coffee with you, go over your deck, or find out if I can meet that person maybe,
Because your success is plenty of success. So trust me when I say William will help you.
Yeah, I want to see all you guys just become millionaires. That'd be great. You guys can come back here and fund the next cohort.
There you go.
That's game for
That
sure.
would be, paying it forward, that would be fabulous.
I'd like to make a request.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Are we taking
I I didn't get a chance to get up and say anything about my
I saw
deck.
you, I watched you as early this morning.
Yeah, so I put a deck together, and I'm a special weird case. I'm a weird animal for all of this. As a nonprofit, I have completely different, all my metrics are different, everything is different. If you would, please go look at my deck, give me some suggestions, because I'm 10 years into this thing, this is a real deal for me, okay? And I need your feedback and your eyes, so please do me a favor. I owe you a cup of coffee or something. Thank you.
Hey, Joe, yours on circle, right? Traveling?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a,
yeah, I'm gonna look at it today.
it's a, here's a recording, here's a loom sometime.
Yeah.
So I actually got a quick question.